Welcome to episode 1 of our Beginner to Baller series. This is where we're going to go over fundamentals that every player, no matter your skill level, needs to master. Today's episode is going to feature how to read defensive coverages, man versus zone. I'm going to break down how to recognize what your opponent is running before the snap so you guys can make smarter decisions and run a more efficient offense. This series is going to be separate from our weekly playbook breakdowns. This is more about sharpening your core skills and boosting your in game awareness so you guys can win more games and make better reads under pressure. And as always, if this content is helping you guys level up your game, do me a favor, drop a like, comment on what you guys want to see next, sub to the channel so you guys don't miss a thing all year long. Let's lock in. All right, so the first thing we're going to diagnose in here is going to be, I'm going to work our way up. We'll do cover 0, cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 6, cover 9. And I'm going to go against nickel over. Here's the formation. We'll just go against Overstorm Brave. And mind you, I'm not trying to beat any defenses right now. We'll make another video on how to exploit each defense. But right now, it's just about you guys pre-diagnosing coverages. So here in cover 0 is you're going to see the safeties in their corners are almost at the same exact depth. And there is a player lined up over every single receiver. That usually is a tell that it is cover 0 and that there's going to be a blitz coming in. And as you see, you watch right away. So even if you think it's a cover 0 blitz right away. Sometimes, again, people can make adjustments behind coverage. But one way you can always check on stuff is if you motion guys over when they're in man, there will be whoever the corner or the assignment over that receiver. You'll see he'll actually follow him all the way across the formation. That lets you know that it's man coverage on top of a defensive player being aligned over every other receiver. So that is how you're going to notice cover 0. And the easiest way, actually, I probably should start with this, is think of even numbers. Cover 0, cover 2, cover 4, cover 6. They're going to have a too high safety look. So here, I'm going to actually show you guys cover 2. I'm going to skip around. I'm going to show cover 2, cover 4, cover 6 here. And then I'll make my way to cover 1 and cover 3. But if you look again, now we're in cover 2. There is too high safeties. So the difference between a cover 0 and a cover 2 look is typically, unless they press, that the corners and the safeties are going to be very close to the same equal depth. Now, again, too high safeties, we've now narrowed down our coverage. What could it be? Cover 0, 2, 4, 6. I'm going to motion this guy over. Okay, he has somebody kind of follow him over, but the difference is there is 2 corners that are exactly 5 yards symmetrically off the outside receivers. That lets me know that they are in a cover 2. And if you notice, again, although this guy motioned over with me, he's not directly lined up over the Y, and there's nobody directly lined up over A. And you see then the first thing they do is backpedal. So I'm going to know it is a cover 2 defense. So I'm going to look at it one more time here and just show you. And we'll look at the outside corners. We'll look at the middle guys. If your user is not controlling the middle linebacker, if you watch, he's in a mid-read. I'm just going to hold the ball. He turns and runs upfield and plays deeper. That is typical for a cover 2. So 2 high safeties, outside corners are 5 yards off. That is going to be a cover 2 look. Now we're going to take a look here at a cover 4. I won't go into match just yet. We'll just keep it basic cover 4. If I can find it here. Coverage 4 drop field. Again, 2 high safeties, 2 outside corners that are now about 8 to 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. And because it's a nickel, there's going to be a slot corner over 1 receiver since there's not 2. But again, if you notice, it's 2 high alignment. I motion this guy and nobody shifts over. So I'm knowing that it is cover 4. It's primarily because of the 2 high safeties and the 2 outside corners. But now I notice when I motion this guy, nobody's moving. So I know it can't be man coverage. I know it's not cover 2. So now you're just going to take, whatever reads and audibles you guys have set to exploit the cover 4 look. And that is also another video that I do have coming out is setting your audibles. It's super, super important, especially for our dynasty players. But Yeah, so if you notice cover 0, cover 2, cover 4, and then here with cover 6, what I'm about to show you is that it is all about a too high safety look. And then it's about diagnosing the corner. So now we're in cover 6. So cover 6, again, even number, two high safeties. So that's how I know. But now the difference is, if you remember, in cover 2, we stated the corner is 5 yards from line of scrimmage. That would be over our B receiver. But now if you look at the left receiver, he has more of a cover 4 look where he is about 8 to 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. So now 4 plus 2, that equals 6. That's the cover 6 look. So, and actually, if you also notice, the safeties are not actually lined up on the exact hash mark going across the top of the screen. One's kind of at the 16-yard marker, and the other one's like at the 18 on the left. So, again, just food for thought, but letting you know two high safeties, even number. Again, you motion. The guys kind of shift over now. It can kind of make things a little wonky, but it's all about the pre-snap read. And so, one thing to notice, so the cover 2 corner that's 5 yards backed off on the right, they're running a cover 2 on the right. So I'm knowing that that safety now over the top is in a deep half. So he's kind of be controlling the middle and the sideline, whatever comes his way. I know the defender over the A icon with the fire emoji, he is going to be playing a hook zone, and he is either going to take A or leave RB kind of thing. So underneath. So basically, you're going to have this kind of flood concept on the right to exploit that. On the left side, the cover 4 here is a match. So the fire emoji guy is actually going to match up with Y. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to actually put Y on a drag here, and he's just going to follow Y all across the field. So that when you see a cover 6, or you think is this slot corner here is now going to be matched up. So if I wanted to, I would just do something like this, for example, because I know that the guy over Y is going to follow him. It's going to leave that entire zone to the left wide open for something else. And again, this just comes with repetition and working on your pre-snap adjustments. One of the best things I recommend is kind of like, here I'm in practice mode, and you just call random defenses and you try to diagnose it beforehand. So that way you guys kind of get a better understanding of what you're going to be going against. Now, getting that side out, the left side is going to play as match. So actually, if you notice, um, with me putting that drag, the safety and that corner are actually going to match and kind of double team the X there, you see. Even though he gets open, but because that's the only receiver over there and that cover 4 side is playing as a match defense, that is what's going to happen. So that is going to be cover 6. Now we're going to move over to cover 1, cover 3. And I'm going to just show you, here's the difference between cover 1, cover 3. Cover 1, odd number, 1 high safety. Cover 3 will be the same thing. 1 high safety, 3 deep zones. That'll be the outside corners. Cover 9 is going to be very similar looking to cover 6, actually. That's the only one that can kind of be confusing. But 1 high safety, cover 1, you motion the guy over. Now, although the safeties swap here, you notice that a guy completely followed our motion receiver all the way over, and the safety that then swapped, he is lined up directly over our A receiver. So I know that this is man coverage. Again, snap the ball, and you can just kind of see um, everybody's in man coverage all across the board. So the only difference is that there's a robber in a hook zone over the middle, which is typically going to be someone's user. But again, cover 1, if you don't know if they're in man or zone, you can motion guys all the way over. If he follows me all the way across the formation, then it is most likely going to be man coverage. And so that is going to be cover 1. Now let's take a look at cover 3. Cover 3, sky here. Where are we at? Come on. Cover 3, sky. So if you notice, again, odd number, cover 3, 1 high safety. Corners are going to be symmetrically the same depth, around 8 to 10 yards. And right here, there is slot corners lined up directly over our receivers. I want to motion this guy over. Now, if you notice in cover one, that guy would have followed this A receiver all the way over to the other side of the formation. But because he doesn't and the defense only shifts, that lets me know that this is zone. So I'm going to have a cover three look. And essentially, in a play like this, if I don't have a cover three audible, I would just change to something that would exploit a cover three. And then you would just make your reads here. You have high-low to take advantage of the guy playing that flat zone on that side of the field. I don't have a second controller to show you the defensive play art, but that is how you're going to diagnose cover three. And that is a wrap for episode 1 of our Beginner to Baller series. Now that you guys know how to read man versus zone coverage, you are one step closer to running your offense like a pro. Start applying these reads before every snap. You guys are